Imagine a world where happiness is a product you can order, where pleasure is engineered and guaranteed, and where love and individuality are considered obsolete. In Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, we're transported to such a place, a dystopian society that has seemingly perfected human life, but at what cost? Picture yourself stepping into this world for the first time, feeling both fascinated and repelled by its seamless efficiency and stark artificiality. The story begins in the central London hatchery and conditioning center, where humans are no longer conceived naturally. Instead, they're created in bottles through a complex process of test tube fertilization and then conditioned to fit into one of 5 social castes based on their genetic makeup. This world is meticulously planned down to every detail, from the hours you wake up to how much chocolate rations you receive each day. From the very first scene, we're introduced to the character of Lenina Crown, a young woman in the lower middle class who embodies the ideals of this brave new society. She's popular, attractive, and never seems to question anything about her life. Her relationship with Bernard Marx, an intellectual outsider in the upper middle class, is one of the central conflicts that drives the narrative. Bernard is unhappy with the conformity and superficiality of his world, often finding himself at odds with Lenina's carefree existence. The themes of Brave New World are profound and thought-provoking. Huxley explores the tension between individualism and collectivism, nature versus nurture, and the dangers of a society that prioritizes pleasure and stability over personal freedom and emotional depth. The concept of soma, a drug that induces a state of blissful ignorance, is particularly chilling in its portrayal of a population that's essentially sedated into complacency. As you delve deeper into this world, you can't help but notice the stark contrast between what's presented as ideal and the underlying flaws beneath the surface. The characters' lives are filled with meaningless rituals and shallow connections, yet they seem oblivious to their own emptiness. This juxtaposition forces us to question our own values and priorities. The world of Brave New World is both a warning and a reflection on human nature. It challenges us to think critically about the price we're willing to pay for happiness and the true meaning of fulfillment in life. As you listen, prepare to be immersed in a society that's eerily familiar yet profoundly alien, where every decision has been made for you except one, whether or not to resist. So, let's step into this brave new world together, exploring its complexities and contradictions with open minds and critical hearts. Are we ready to confront the uncomfortable truths hidden beneath its glossy surface? So as we delve deeper into Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, we find ourselves immersed in a world where everything is meticulously planned and controlled. At its heart, this novel explores several key themes that challenge our notions of freedom, happiness, and the very essence of what it means to be human. Let's start with the theme of conditioning and control. In Huxley's dystopia, society has been engineered down to the smallest detail. The controllers have devised a system where human beings are bred in bottles, conditioned from infancy to fit into one of 5 castes: alphas, betas, gammas, deltas, and epsilons. Each caste is assigned roles based on their genetic predispositions and psychological conditioning, which begins as early as the womb with chemical treatments that shape their personalities and behaviors. Take Lenina Crown, for instance. She's a prime example of the successful application of this conditioning process. As a beta plus, Lenina embodies all the traits expected of her caste. She is attractive, sexually desirable, and content with her life in the world state. Her happiness comes from superficial pleasures like soma, promiscuity, and constant social activities. She's never questioned her place or role, as it has been instilled in her through repeated conditioning. Contrast this with Bernard Marx, a misfit alpha who feels alienated by his own kind and society at large. Bernard is fascinated by the savage, John, whom he brings back from an abandoned reservation to showcase the superiority of world-state civilization. Their encounter reveals deep cracks in Huxley's utopia. John rejects the artificial happiness of the world state, finding it shallow and meaningless compared to his own experiences with genuine suffering and joy on the reservation. John's character challenges the very foundations of the Brave New World. He embodies a longing for authenticity and individuality that is absent from the conditioned life of the alphas and betas. His refusal to conform and his tragic end serve as a stark warning about the dangers of suppressing human nature in favor of social harmony and stability. Another central theme in Brave New World is the pursuit of happiness. The controllers believe they have achieved the ultimate utopia by eliminating pain, conflict, and suffering through soma and conditioned responses. But is this state of perpetual pleasure truly fulfilling? Bernard's dissatisfaction hints at a deeper yearning for something more profound than momentary gratification. When John arrives in London, he experiences firsthand the emptiness of a life devoid of genuine emotion or hardship. He tells Bernard that happiness must have opposites, implying that true happiness is inseparable from the full spectrum of human experience. John's tragic fate underscores this point. His death serves as a somber reminder that meaningful lives are often marked by struggle and sacrifice. The concept of freedom also plays a crucial role in Huxley's narrative. In the Brave New World, individuals have no real freedom to make choices about their lives or destinies. Their identities are predetermined, and any deviation from societal norms is met with punishment or ostracization. This lack of autonomy leads to a kind of collective apathy, where citizens are content to follow along without question. Lenina's relationship with John serves as an illustration of this theme. Despite being introduced to the savage way of life, she remains committed to her conditioned beliefs and values. Even when faced with genuine passion and intensity in their relationship, Lenina is unable to break free from her programmed desires for superficial pleasures. Her unwillingness to challenge her conditioning reflects a broader societal trend: the erosion of individual willpower in favor of conformity. Huxley's portrayal of John as both a savior and a martyr further emphasizes the novel's exploration of freedom. John's arrival in London introduces an element of chaos that disrupts the carefully constructed order of the world state. His rejection of artificial happiness and his insistence on living according to his own values challenge the very foundations of the controller's system. However, John's tragic death also highlights the limits of individual resistance within a highly controlled society. Despite his noble intentions, John is ultimately unable to survive in a world that rejects his way of life. His fate serves as a cautionary tale about the fragility of personal freedom in the face of overwhelming societal pressure. In conclusion, Brave New World invites us to reflect on some of humanity's most fundamental questions. What does it mean to be truly free? Can happiness be achieved through external means alone, or must we confront our deepest fears and desires? And how far are we willing to go in the name of social stability? Huxley's dystopian vision forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about our own society, the ways in which we seek to control others and ourselves, the pursuit of happiness at any cost, and the delicate balance between conformity and individuality. As we continue to navigate a rapidly changing world, these themes remain as relevant as ever, challenging us to think critically about the values that shape our lives and communities. As we delve deeper into J.A. Griffin's adaptation of Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, it becomes evident that this work is not just a dystopian tale, but a profound societal critique, urging us to reflect on the very fabric of our modern world. Griffin's adaptation captures the essence of Huxley's original vision while infusing it with contemporary relevance. The society depicted in the book, a world where happiness is engineered and individuality is suppressed, serves as a stark warning about the potential pitfalls of technological advancements and unchecked consumerism. One of the most compelling aspects of Griffin's adaptation is its exploration of the role of technology in shaping human behavior. In this brave new world, embryos are conditioned to fit specific societal roles through a series of chemical treatments and hypnopedic learning, ensuring that everyone conforms to predefined expectations. This echoes our own age, where algorithms tailor our experiences on social media, influencing our thoughts and desires. Griffin's portrayal forces us to question the extent to which technology can mold our identities and whether this control is inherently benign or deeply troubling. The characters in the adaptation are particularly poignant in their reflections on the nature of freedom and happiness. Bernard Marx, with his outsider status and longing for individuality, embodies the struggle against a conformist society. His dissatisfaction arises from a deep-seated need to question and explore beyond the boundaries set by his conditioning. Griffin's portrayal of Bernard adds layers of complexity, showing both his vulnerability and his courage in challenging societal norms. On the other hand, John the Savage is a character whose presence serves as a critique of both the dystopian world he encounters and our own society. His rejection of the world state's values highlights the importance of emotional depth and genuine human connection over superficial happiness. Griffin's adaptation emphasizes how John's experiences mirror the alienation many people feel in today's fast-paced, often impersonal environment. The theme of societal control through pleasure is another critical aspect of Griffin's adaptation. In Huxley's world, pain is eliminated through soma, a drug that ensures constant contentment. This is a chilling reflection on our own culture's obsession with instant gratification and the use of distractions to avoid dealing with difficult emotions. Griffin's portrayal underscores the danger of numbing ourselves to reality and the loss of empathy when we prioritize short-term pleasure over long-term well-being. Furthermore, Griffin delves into the consequences of dehumanizing work environments and the loss of meaningful labor. In the world state, jobs are assigned based on genetic predisposition, reducing personal fulfillment to mere survival. This parallels contemporary concerns about automation and the potential displacement of human workers, raising questions about the value of human labor in an increasingly technological society. The impact of Griffin's adaptation extends beyond critique. It invites us to imagine alternative ways of living that prioritize individuality and emotional depth over conformity and material success. By juxtaposing the dystopian world with glimpses of a more authentic existence, Griffin challenges readers to rethink their own values and societal roles. In conclusion, Brave New World, as adapted by J.A. Griffin, is not just a cautionary tale, but a powerful exploration of what it means to be human in an increasingly complex world. It reminds us that true happiness cannot be achieved through superficial solutions, and that the pursuit of individuality and authentic connection remains essential for a fulfilling life. As we continue to navigate a rapidly changing global landscape, this book serves as a vital reminder to question the values that shape our lives and communities, and to strive for a world where human dignity and emotional well-being are at the forefront. Reading Brave New World is not just an exercise in entertainment, it is a call to action, encouraging us to think deeply about the kind of society we want to create.